So during his confirmation hearing, Merrick Garland testified that this country protected his family. And because of that, he says he feels an obligation to pay back. Well, following up on that statement, Mr. Attorney General, I have one simple request. We, the people, have one simple request. Let's talk about what that one request is. Because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So I just read the New York Times piece about Merrick Garland by New York Times reporter Katie Benner. Here's the headline. Garland settles in, but Trump era still shadows the Justice Department. And here's just one short passage from that article. Mr. Garland, slight, owlish, soft-spoken, and deliberative, has had to quickly learn that the scholarly approach that served him as a judge cannot, on its own, restore independence and credibility to an agency battered by Mr. Trump's attempts to improperly wield power. So, I was in D.C. the other day, visiting some of my old haunts, and I saw a crime scene, and I felt compelled to snap a picture of it. There it is. The U.S. Capitol. The scene of the Donald Trump-inspired and incited insurrection. And as I sat there looking at the Capitol, looking at that crime scene, my mind went back to Merrick Garland, and specifically to one thing he said during his confirmation hearing in response to a question he was asked by Senator Booker. Please watch this short clip, and then we'll talk about it on the other side.
And I think that one thing you said to me privately particularly motivated me to believe you when you talk about your aspirations. And I'm wondering if you could just conclude by answering the question about your motivation and maybe some of your own family history in confronting hate and discrimination in American history.
Yes, Senator. So, I come from a family where my grandparents fled anti-Semitism and persecution. The country took us in and protected us. And I feel an obligation to the country to pay back. And this is the highest, best use of my own set of skills to pay back. And so I want very much to be the kind of Attorney General that you're saying I could become. And I'll do my best to try and be that kind of Attorney General.
I believe your heart, and I'm grateful that you are living that Micah mandate.
So you heard Merrick Garland. He said, quote, I come from a family where my grandparents fled anti-Semitism and persecution. The country took us in and protected us. I feel an obligation to pay back. So can I take just a minute to make a personal direct plea to Attorney General Merrick Garland, because as I watch that clip, it's heartwarming and it makes me proud of our nation, because we have been there for the persecuted. Not always. We haven't done a perfect job. But as I watch Attorney General Garland express those obviously deeply held sentiments, I absolutely believe that his gratitude is genuine and heartfelt. And I absolutely believe Merrick Garland wants to pay back. So, Mr. Attorney General, this country protected your family, gave you safe harbor. Well, our families are now desperately asking you to return the favor. We're asking you to protect us within our own country. We're asking you to deploy the resources of the Department of Justice to protect us and our families and give us safe harbor within our own country. Protect our families from those who are trying to impede our voting rights. Protect our families from those who are passing laws designed to undermine our free and fair elections. Protect our families for those who are trying to undo the results of the last election, and protect our families from those who funded and organized and incited the last insurrection, and from those who are planning to do it again. Now, Mr. Attorney General, we know that you're going after the foot soldiers, the Trump supporters who actually attacked the Capitol on January 6th, the Trump supporters who assaulted the police officers, who hunted for politicians, who violently tried to stop the certification of the election. We know that you have arrested and are prosecuting well over 500 insurrectionists and counting. We know this, we acknowledge it, and we appreciate it. But as of yet, you have given us zero assurances that you're going after the one who gave the order with the same zeal and determination. Instead, with each successive Donald Trump hate rally, you're letting Donald Trump and his criminal associates assemble a second batch of insurrectionists. You know, Mr. Attorney General, you told us that this country protected your family. We are simply asking that you now protect our families and our democracy. Because justice matters. As always, folks, please stay safe. Please stay tuned. And I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.